Craig Sr., a matter of fact. A matter of fact, Craig Sr.
With the COVID-19 pandemic, we hear about people losing a loved one. Have you ever lost someone and you didn't realize how much you took them for granted until they were gone? I lost such a friend. That friend was facts. I didn't realize it, but I took my relationship with facts for granted. I used to think facts were a given, that the earth was spherical, not flat. And people did, in fact, land on the moon. And the letter Q is the only letter among the names of the United States that isn't there. Well, now it seems flat earthers are getting organized. I mean, they have a conference just like ours. Moon conspiracy theorists are gaining traction on YouTube, and the letter Q found a place in politics through QAnon, a far out conspiracy group spreading disinformation. Disinformation is information created by its creator to be false. They know it. They deliberately create it to support their own beliefs or to gain advertising revenue as you click the clickbait. Now, clickbait is anything designed to make you click. Like a salmon after a fly, you see it and your emotions are triggered. You don't fact check, you leap out of the rushing waters of the internet, confirmation bias, a story confirming what I already believe, yes. And then you share it with your friends because you think it's true. Your sharing is misinformation. Disinformation is deliberate. Misinformation is a mistake. They are both false. With the pandemic and life and death decisions, you'd think people would hunger for facts. But on Facebook, you don't need facts. You also don't need masks. Masks will kill you. You don't need vaccines. Vaccines will kill you. Bill Gates, man, it's the nanoparticles. They're going to get inside you. All you need is a strong immune system. And all the government is trying to do is take away our freedom. Is that a fact? So the mayor, the premier, and the prime minister conspired with thousands of medical professionals to take away our freedom? Or is it more likely there's a pandemic and they're doing their best to balance all the interests, keeping us as safe as they can? They're being harm and benefit no matter what they do, erring on the side of not overloading our healthcare system while distributing vaccines and responding to that ever-evolving situation, mindful in the next election of our vote. What is more likely? When I see some false story, I count to 10, sometimes 20. And if I'm feeling energetic, I'll ask for the evidence that supports the opinion to which they're apparently entitled. John F. Kennedy said, "Too often we enjoy the comfort of opinion without the discomfort of thought." And their answer is always the same: do your research. I assume the same place they did, the library of scholarly articles on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The thing about real research is real scientists freely share their information because they want you to test and repeat their findings or prove them wrong because it gets them to better information faster. So I go away and I look for fact-based evidence. It usually takes 1-2 minutes to find something reasonably credible. And I bring it back and here's my evidence. And their answer is always the same: silence. Or their body of evidence is a collection of false information or opinion stuff. And many falsehoods do not make a truth. The next day, they're back at it, posting the same junk. So I asked my son, Brandon, what he thought of all this stuff. He said, oh yeah, I read the posts. I don't comment. I do read the comments, and it's mayhem. And right next to their crazy comment is their name for all the world to see. That's my boy. Amid that mayhem, I've come to realize that my fact checking is a waste of time. My wanting to be more helpful isn't helping and isn't wanted in a world without integrity. Stephen L. Carter in his book, Integrity, suggests that discernment, sincere discernment between right and wrong, facts from falsehood, weighing the benefits and harm, is the hard work of striving for integrity. In Toastmasters, our first core value is integrity. So this journey to make facts rise, to resurrect facts as our living friend, is a personal journey, one for each of us to take or to ignore. If we are to be free, critical thinkers who aren't going to be told what to think, then we ought not to be told what to think by purveyors of disinformation and clickbait. Can we separate our feelings from facts? Can we find freedom through fact checking? Can we find a friend in fact? Contest chair.